Alright guys, welcome back to the Supreme Collector. Today we have the Super Saiyan 4 Mr. Squeaker out here. So stay tuned for the review and you'll see why I'm saying what I'm saying. So we got my new setup here, and as you can tell, Mr. Squeaky Goku over here, I'm having a little trouble with him standing. That actually has nothing to do with the figure itself. It's mainly with the new setup I got going on. There we go. Maybe it was the figure. Whatever. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it's definitely the setup. Oh. Okay, whatever. He says, let's just set him back over here really quick. Let's let you see the box a little bit more. So this is the Super Saiyan 4 Goku box. I did get it a few days ago, shortly after I got my Vegeta. This figure is pretty cool, man. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm showing you the box, right? We've got the Son Goku, we've got the dynamic link in the front. I've tried recreating this pose, but it seems like I still need to try. We've got some other images here. You can see the accessory. We see this really cool accessory here. This thing is awesome, by the way, but I'll get to that. Yeah, so that's our figure packaging. Now, before we get into the accessories, I'm gonna go a little bit differently this time. Let's go over the articulation first, because that's gonna be the elephant in the room for me. So, before ordering this, I did know there were some quality issues that people faced, and maybe my preface is alluding to the fact that I don't like this. I do like this figure a lot. It's just one particular thing that bugs me about it. So let's start with the articulation from, you know what, let's go from the feet up. So his feet go down this far. Isn't bad. They go up, not much. He does have a toe joint, and they do spin, I think. No, or if they do, it's tight. He's got double jointed knees. They work beautifully. They feel buttery smooth. His legs kick up and they come out. So let's stop here for a minute. At this point is where I expected my issues to be. That's what I would notice. I would notice the loose ankles, the loose hips. From the waist down, this thing is buttery smooth. It's like a perfectly flat pumpkin pie. But, oh, I mean, he doesn't go back, and he's got his tail that goes around and around. And it actually doesn't feel like it's going to break, so that's nice. So, the issues that I'm having come from where the middle torso meets the upper torso and the lower torso. So, you can hear that creakiness? That's scary. I tried lubing it up. I tried the dish soap method. I'm going to try the RC shock oil method. But he's got some squeakiness. So if I keep it in this range, that's fine. It's these pieces. Same thing for the twisting. You hear it rubbing like extremely rough. And then same thing for the twisting on the top. So for me, he's got no waist swivel pretty much, because I don't want to break this thing, because I think it's awesome. He does lean a bit again, and it's, you know, not as firm. So I'm a little bit more comfortable doing this. I just wish I could, whatever they did here, I wish they could replicate it up here. Shoulders, they're a little more loose than what I normally like, but it isn't too bad to where it bugs me. So it's fine. He's got this nice, like, McFarlane-esque peg that allows you to have the butterfly type movement, and it allows him to go really far into the chest. You got the bicep swivel, a little squeaky, kind of loose, but fine. Double jointed elbows. You got the standard Figuarts hand stuff going on there. This shoulder's a little bit more squeaky, so when that oil comes in that I ordered, I'm gonna apply it here too. Again, I'm gonna do this for the bicep. You got double jointed elbows, and then same thing there. I think I told you, I don't know, I'm going over it again, but whatever. Here's the cool part. You got articulated hair with this guy. These two, well, mainly this one moves in and out. This one for me doesn't want to move as much, or if it is, a little bit tighter. And then you've got articulated hair up here too. The other QC issue that I have is just the head's a little bit loose. But thankfully, if I want him to look up, he'll look up and then the hair will stop him. And if I want him to look straight, you just bring in the hair, and the pegs are strong enough that'll hold the head up. So yeah, that's the articulation for the head. Again, we have the hair articulation plus the tail, and then this neck piece doesn't move so much, so that's fine. It's nice they tried. Where they need to focus their quality right now, at least for my copy, would have been chest piece. Okay, now let's look at the accessories. Actually, no, not accessories. So let's look at the sculpt of the figure. And the paint, you're gonna notice that for mine, there might be like a certain portion on this ab right here that's a little bit chipped. I think that occurred when I was trying to put like some of the dish soap in between the joints, specifically on the top one. It didn't work out so well, so I just washed it out. Yeah, and if the belt looks upside down, it's because I also when I put them in the water in the heat, I took it apart, so I don't know if I put it back the right way or not. It doesn't really look off to me, but just in case, you know. If some of you are like, hey, they made it upside down. Nope, if it's upside down, it was me. So this part is painted, which is nice. It looks cool. They're not doing the shading like they do on the pants. I think they are. These mustardy yellow plastic pants. It looks like, or it feels like some of these parts are darker. So I can't really say. I like how they did the knees, similar to the Trunks knee. And now from having my Trunks figure, I know that this is a separate piece that's glued on, which I'll get to that when I get to that in that other video. But it's like a glued on piece, and it does well to cover it, or at least help it blend in a little bit, or not make it look so like bland or cheap. So it's nice that they have that there. You see, when you hear that, it freaks me out. The fur is sculpted on really nice. It would have been cool if they gave it like a black wash so that it had some of the details pop up from the fur. But nevertheless, it still looks, you know, really nice and neat. If you want to say something like that, it looks neat. Yeah, it's a nice fur sculpt. It goes throughout this. Even on the butterfly cuff, it looks nice. Maybe at some positions it looks awkward when you're posing it, but usually the way you have the angles, you can't really see that anyway. So it's not too big a deal. And the hair is really nice. It's got this like, there's I don't want to say bootleg, but there's a third-party company that makes Dragon Ball figures, and they have done the hair similar to the way that they did it here. It's got like, I guess, this GT-esque look to it. Is the extra lines and details. Okay, let's go over the accessories. So let me just rip out one of these faces. We got the faceless Goku over here. So this is the first face I want you to see. We got the angry yelling, I'm about to hit you with a Kamehameha face. And again, they were also able to get the pink eyeliner detail like perfectly in there. They're really good at scanning faces or painting faces. Looking off to the side, angry face. We've got the regular face that he comes on in the package. We've got the McCreeper face over here. It has a cool face. I think this face, the smirk, the evil smirk. We've got two hands. So I'm going to show you one hand, and each one it has two of them. So that's nice. So we've got two of these effect holding pegged hands. He's got two of these kind of tired Kamehameha hands. He's got two of his karate hands. The two fists that he comes packaged with. And they all have like the fur on the hands as well. And he's got two instant transmission hands or sword stopping hands. And then the regular other Kamehameha hands. So let's get a face over here. Let's go with no, that's the angry one. That's the other, even more angry one. Like McCreeper out here. Well, let's just do that later. And then let me go over this. This is like one of the coolest blast effects ever. Once I figure it out to pose him with it correctly and his joints aren't, you know, crazy tight or freakishly squeaky, then I'll gladly, you know, try and pose him out and get him standing with cool. Standing with cool. What? Get him standing with this nice little effect. So, if you give me a moment, I'm just gonna go get some figures here to compare our Mr. Squeaker with. Alright, so here we have our Goku next to our Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And, of course, we're always gonna have the... Oh, don't do it, Spider-Man. The Marvel Legends Spider-Man for a reference. So, those are our comparisons. I like how he fits with the Vegeta. I do wish he was shaded in the pants like Vegeta. I would have added like a nice little pop to the figure. Now, as to whether I recommend it or not, I know they're being put up for pre-order again. And I mean, to be fair, it hasn't gone up much more than retail. I don't think at all. So, would I recommend you get it? Yeah. It's just gonna be unfortunate if you get one that's tight in the chest like mine. Because at least I know for loose joints, it's a little bit easier of a fix. Or, you know, maybe for you, tight joints is an easier of a fix. But for me, loose joints is an easier of a fix. So, or at least I'd rather put up with it. But anyway, yeah, I do recommend it. Other than that, quality control issue that I have, I think this is an awesome figure. I like the articulation of the legs. I wish it had some shading, but it's something overall I would recommend, especially if you have the Vegeta. And especially now, since the other GT figures are coming up, if you like that series. Even if you're not a big fan, these are two designs that do stand out to people, even to you, probably, especially me. Because when I see them, they draw my attention. As you see these two, like, alien monkeys just ready to blast you with energy from out of nowhere. Alright, so that's the GT Goku Super Saiyan 4 review. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.